Hey YouTube, Gold Hunter here. Today's video, we're going to talk about storage ideas to keep your precious metals safe. So we're going to talk everything from safes to digging a hole in the backyard to bank vaults and everything else, hidden rooms. All right, and I hope I can earn your subscription today. If you like this video or you learn anything, educated anyway, or just entertained, please like and subscribe. Thank you and stay tuned. And why is it important to keep our metals safe or hidden? Biggest reason is thieves. So first up on the docket is safes. Safes are a really good way to keep your valuables away from thieves, right? Now, you want a good name brand because you want to make sure that they can't pick the lock, right? Because if they can pick the lock, they can get your stuff out of the safe, put it in bags, and get it out of the house a lot easier. Now, you want a big safe. I think, anyways. And you might think different, right? But I think big because you can put lots of weight in it, make it so heavy, they have a hard time getting it out of your house. Now, here in this slide, if you see the thief, he's happy. Well, there's a reason why. I wouldn't have my safe in this room. It looks to be a ground floor. So, like, this safe seems to be in a ground floor or the ground level, right? So it would be easy. See how big that window is right there. It, it wouldn't be too hard for him to somehow use his truck and pull this safe out of your house right out that window, right? Now, in saying that, he is going to make a disturbance, and neighbors and others are going to hear this and they're going to come and look. And that's going to tip them off to, like, they're going to be witnesses to this guy, right? Or gal. And that's bad news for him. So, next slides, I'll show you a better place to maybe put your safe. So how about the basement? Now, you might be thinking, well, basements can kind of get damp and wet and all that. And I agree. So I'm not saying this is the best place to put it. I still think it's probably better than the ground floor because now, guess what? There's usually very little windows in a basement for them to pull this out of. Number two, so they're going to have to carry this out. And if you have this safe heavy enough, they're probably not going to be able to carry it out. As well, they'll have to carry it out up a flight of stairs, right? Because you're in the basement. So it's going to have to go upstairs. And I'd say good luck if you have your safe heavy enough. They're not getting it out. Now, again, like I said, basements can get wet or damp. So they might not be the best spot. So I'm going to show you an even better spot in the next slide. How about we put it upstairs, right? Now, in this slide, I would probably even do more with this safe and put it into one of those bedrooms up there. But for the slide, I'm just showing you here. Now, for them to get this out of your house, they got to take it down the stairs. And yeah, that's probably easier than coming up the stairs, but it's still going to be very hard. And there's a good chance that even if they try this, they're going to get hurt, right? This thing's going to fall on them and crush them. Or it's going to make such a disturbance that people are going to start coming out of their houses to look, see what's going on. And if they were going to try and tie a rope around it, down the stairs, out the front door to their truck, it's going to make such a calamity and so much ruckus that you're definitely going to have witnesses to this crime. So a safe is a good spot. And I like to think upstairs in one of those bedrooms would be even a better spot. So now there's two theories on this. It's a fence around your house, right? You might think, okay, a fence is good because it makes it harder for thieves to get into your house, right? If you put a fence all the way around. You would be correct in that. But did you ever think of this theory? And that is, once a thief gets over your fence, right? If you're not home, this is going to give him protection from neighbors or other witnesses from seeing him get into your house. So it gives them time to get in, right? He can choose his way in a little bit differently as well, because now he's hidden from your neighbors. So there's that thought. So I'm not saying building a fence isn't wrong, or is wrong, or isn't wrong. I'm just saying there's two ideas there, right? Now, cameras are a very good idea. Again, they have their downsides and their positive sides, right? So one thing is, if the guy's wearing a mask, you're not going to be able to tell who it is. But I think the biggest way with these cameras is going to be you can maybe see someone casing your house maybe long before they actually decide to break in, right? So maybe it'll catch someone lurking around in your backyard or around some bushes, just trying to figure out how they're going to do it when they do decide to do it, right? They're planning it out. And that might be able to tip you off. Okay, something's happening soon. Let's fortify this place better. That's my thought on it. And if you do, it might just even scare them away, right? To begin with. So next up, this is a pretty safe place to keep your stuff from thieves. Maybe not, but we'll get to that in the next slide. But so first off, let's let you know what this is. This is a safety deposit box in a bank vault. Now you'd pay money per month or year, whatever your contract says, and you'll be able to keep your stuff in these boxes, right? And you would just set up a time at the bank when you want to come down and either take stuff out or put new stuff in, or just kind of look through your stuff, right? But you're not going to get your average thief in here touching your stuff. The next slide will show you why it might not be a great idea to keep your stuff at the bank. Okay, so now you've locked all your stuff up into a safety deposit box. Guess what? What if the bank goes bankrupt? Do you think they're going to give you time to get your stuff out? Probably not. What if the government wants to find out what you have? Do you not think that the bank's going to tell them what you have? Or what if you do something and the government wants to confiscate your stuff? Do you not think they can just walk into that bank and take it? And you could think, oh, well, they could just do that at your house. Well, I can tell you, we're going to see in future slides here, good luck trying to even find it, right? So it's not necessarily the best idea to have in the bank, because there's this big saying in the precious metal world: if you don't hold it, you don't own it. And yeah, I can go down to the bank and I hold my stuff, but I can't go and hold it at any time I want, right? So what if something bad happens and I need to get out of town quick? Okay. If my stuff's at home, I can grab my bag of stuff and tear off really fast. If it's in the bank, now I got to wait. I probably have to schedule a time to go down and do this, right? This could take days. So, yes, this is a safe place to keep your gold or silver or platinum, whatever you're keeping. Shouldn't say gold, but it might not be the best place for it, right? For lots of reasons. And I think the biggest one is, if you need to get out of Dodge quick, you might want to have your stuff at home, right? Not in the bank. Now, what about a private vault? Now, this is a vault that would be owned by a company, right? And they are not a bank. They are not the government. So I would say this is a better place than a bank safety deposit box. But because you're still not going to have many thieves being able to break into these places, because they're very heavily fortified, right? So, but there's a few issues here too, right? again, what happens if someone on the inside at this company starts thieving your stuff, right? Now, and as well, remember what we said in the last slide. If you can't hold it, you don't own it. So again, this isn't in your house, so you have to make a time to go down here and see this, right? Like your stuff, you have to go down at, during business hours or whatever. Okay. And so they also, another downside to this too is they charge you a fee to do this for you. Now, it is very safe from, again, thieves, but it's got a lot of other issues too. And I think your biggest one is if you can't hold it, you don't own it. And I can't hold it at all times when it's there. And there's other little things that could happen, like inventory issues with like things going missing and stuff, right? And you also have other people in there that want to see their stuff. I don't know. I don't trust it, but to each their own. I wouldn't say this is the worst idea. Like you see this guy, he's trying to break into the door to get into your house to get at your precious metals. But what if your precious metals are not inside the house? So next up, why not bury your precious metals, right? So this is a very good way to keep your stuff safe because it's not your house. And unless someone knows where your map is to find it, they're never going to find it, right? They're very unlikely anyways, right? Very unlikely. Now there's a few steps that you got to take. You don't want to probably use a treasure chest, but you want to use a container that is leak proof, rust proof, all this. You don't want the corrode and get a hole in it. Now, you probably don't want to use metal, but maybe you do. So you don't want to necessarily use metal so someone with a metal detector can't find it. But then maybe you do want to use a metal so that you can find it if you lose your map, right? If nobody knows something's there, why are they metal detecting on your property? You know what I mean? Now, you'd have to have a map and you'd have to have it in your will so that in case you were to pass on, that your family would be able to inherit this, right? Because if you don't give them a map, they're not going to be able to find this. And nobody else will either, probably. So, another great idea to hide your precious metals is in plain sight. Make it right out in plain sight. And that's where a lot of people won't notice it because they would never think of it being there. They're looking for the safe. They're looking for the map. They're looking for the whatever, right? But they're probably not looking in plain sight because they'll just skip over it. They'll just think, it can't be there. But yet it is. So continuing with plain sight, I have a couple items here that you could use. And one is like a snack container. And they have lids. And you just fill them with your precious metals. And you just leave it out like on a counter or in a cupboard, right? Like put it even in a cupboard. But if you have a thief coming through your house and he sees those, he's not, unless he's hungry, but they're usually in there pretty quick and trying to get back out, right? They don't really have time to be snacking on stuff. Like they're trying to get in and get out real fast before someone comes home. So chances are if you put your stuff in these kind of containers, they're not going to find it, right? Now another one is a shaving cream canister. They make them. These you can buy these items right here. These are actual real items that are made for this. And again, you can get it in brand name shaving cream. So that way, chances are the thief is not going to take your shaving cream, right? So again, this is what a plain sight item is. Chances are they're not touching it. Another plain sight way of doing it is in a book. So what you do is you hollow out some old books and you put all your stuff inside those hollowed out books and put them in your bookshelf, a whole bunch of books. So now thieves do have the kind of idea that this is a thing, but if you have enough books on there, the odds of them finding the right couple books would be very rare. It's not impossible, but again, remember, they have to be quick. So they might check them, they might not, but this is a possibility too, okay? So, and it's really cheap and easy. Just hollow out some books that you're never going to read, put your stuff inside it, put them back on the shelf, and you can always just go to your book and take it out and look at your stuff, or if you need some of it, take some of it out. Well, our thief has made it into the house. What next? Well, I'm going to tell you this. This is my favorite, absolute favorite way to hide your precious metals and keep it safe, is in a safe in a hidden room. Because here's my idea on this. If they can't find the safe, how are they going to take the safe? How are they going to break into your safe if they can't even find it? And it's also a big safe, right? So again, even if they were to get to it, they're not going to get it out. But if they can't find this safe, wow, you're gold, right? So I got two examples right here in this slide. The one is a bookcase that opens up, and behind it is a whole hidden room. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about here is hidden rooms. So if you put your safe in a hidden room, again, if they can't find that room, they're never going to get your safe. They'll never get it then, right? So the one, it's a bookcase, and it just slides out, slides back into the wall, and it just, if people are walking past it, they're not even going to notice it. The other one is a hole in the floor with a hatch, and there's a stairway leading down, okay, to a room underneath that floor. Now these rooms don't have to be big, but they can be. Now the one in the floor, what I would do is I would put like a little carpet over it, a rug, like a area rug, just to kind of hide any seams that might be there. And chances are, again, even if they find it, you can have it locked in a certain way too, right? Make it harder for them. And good luck getting that safe out of that hatch. Good luck. Because remember, your hidden room is probably not going to have a window in it. Okay. So, but that is my favorite way, is to have a hidden room. If you can't find it, you can't take it. So now you have a little bit more brazen of a thief, okay, who isn't going to wait till you leave to break into your house, right? He doesn't care if you're home, because this guy might be a little bit more seasoned, or gal, and they might have, the nerve to confront you, right? Now, if I'm alone, bad choice, buddy. Okay? Bad choice. Because someone's going to be hurting. Okay? You're probably not making it back out. So even if you do find my safe, if I'm here, you're probably not making it back out of my house. Okay? Now, if kids and spouses get involved in this, and they have one of them, I'm going to recommend you just give them whatever they want. Okay? It is not, I don't care if it's your life savings or what it is. It could be millions of dollars. It is not worth it. It will not be worth it if something bad happens to anybody else, okay? And yourself. I do not recommend you, if they have you and they're like, give us the give us the key, let's say, for the passcode or the, I recommend just giving it to them, because your life isn't worth, whatever life savings you have is not worth more than your life. I don't care how much it is. It could be $1 billion. Your life is worth more than that. Okay. And your family's life is worth way more than that. Now, what I would say is give it to them, let them go with it, and then maybe plan a way to go get it back. Okay. I'm sure you can figure that out. If they can do it to you, right? Well, it's just time to go back and get it and do it that kind of way. All right, moving on. What do you think about these ideas for safes or hidden rooms or burying your gold or bank vaults or hidden in plain sight in snack containers or bookshelves, or what do you think about all those? Do you think any of them are any good? You know, so now the hidden room is my favorite idea. I just love that idea, because again, someone could come in your house, and if they just can't find that room, they're not gonna be able to take your stuff, right? Did I miss anything? Did I miss something? Is there anything you guys can think of that's a better idea or another idea? So if you've made it this far in the video, I would love it if you can comment, because I learned that as well, right? And it could be positive or negative, doesn't matter to me. I don't get too upset. But definitely comment, and that would let me know if I missed it, right? Or let me know if there's something I should do a little bit different. All right. I want you to please like and subscribe. It does help out a lot, and it's free. Now, only do that if you actually like this video, okay? Or if you're entertained at all or whatever. I don't want to tell you to do something that you don't want to do, but if you could, it'd mean a lot to me, okay? So I just want to say, Gold Hunter out. See you on the next one. Stay golden, everyone.